What's the deal, beautiful people? Welcome. Today is Monday, November 20th. You know where you at. You know what you watching. But if you new and you don't know, it's the breaks, baby. Let's get it.
And these are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
You know what it is.
Welcome back. How y'all doing? How y'all living? How y'all feeling? Hopefully great and amazing. Thanksgiving week. I know I said it last week, but I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. If you got plans to go out of town, meet with family, hopefully you guys have safe travels. Hopefully everybody enjoys themselves. I know I'm ready. I can't wait to eat. Who can't wait? You know what I'm saying? But we're going to kick it off with some NBA news, man. The Los Angeles Clippers recently got their first win against the Houston Rockets, beating them 106-100. And James Harden came up with a huge shot, hitting a three-pointer, which turned into a 4-point play. And shout out to Kawhi Leonard for making the pass to James Harden. He could have easily took that shot himself, but it's moments like that are going to help build the chemistry on this team. There's too much talent for it to not work, right? So we know eventually it's going to get going. They're going to get clicking. They're going to figure things out. It takes time. But for Kawhi Leonard to make that play and have that trust in Harden, that says a lot and that shows a lot. We all know Harden can still score. Obviously, he's not James Harden of old. We get that. He's not Harden from the Rockets, but he can still shoot. He can still beat you off the dribble. He can still get to the paint. You know, so credit Kawhi Leonard for making that play and trusting James Harden. Because like I said, that's going to go a long way for this team. And shout out to Russ, man. We got to give Russ some credit for volunteering to move to the bench. Now, I know he's probably thinking, yo, hey, Harden ain't going to come off the bench. Fine. I'll come off the bench and be the dude in that second unit. You know what I'm saying? I'll take them shots. We all know know Russ can take over a team and hold down a team. We've seen him do it with the Wizards. We saw him, do it with the Rockets when he was with Harden, play his part. But I think he's excited for this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get a lot more shots. He's going to be the man on that second unit. I don't understand why Bones Highland, I don't get what's going on with that. I would think Bones Highland would be a big part of this rotation in the team. Dude can play. Dude can flat out play. So I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, Los Angeles Clippers finally got their first win. And I would expect them to start getting it rolling from here on out. So shout out to the Clippers, man. That was a huge win. And let's see what they could do the rest of the season. So, but keeping it in LA, though, we got to stay in LA. Got to talk about the Lakers, man. Got to talk about the Lakers a little bit. LeBron James, we all know King James. Shout out King James. But high usage rate. High usage rate has me a little worried. I know AD stepped up tonight. That's been the question majority of the season. Can AD stay healthy? But can he consistently show up?
Okay.
There's been some times where it's down games, especially scoring. And that's the one thing they need from AD. Can't afford to have multiple low-scoring games or have these up-and-down scoring performances. Bron's 40 years old, man. He's about to be 40 years old. He can't keep doing this, man. He's been doing it for 20 years, 21 years already. At some point, you got to step up and be like, yo, if the OG's balling and doing this thing, showing up every single night, I got to be able to step up and show up every single night. So thank God LeBron takes great care of his body like he does. I know he's had injuries, little injuries, over the last couple of years building up. So, but the way he takes care of his body, I don't think any serious injuries or anything like that. We all remember what happened with Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe, the Bean. We all remember what happened with him when he tore his Achilles. The high usage rate with him and that Lakers team, how D'Antoni was basically just running them into the ground. So hopefully, Bron can stay healthy. But I'm also looking at guys like Christian Wood to step up consistently. He's had some flashes here and there, but he has to be able to bring it every single night, man. He's a huge piece off that bench. We've seen him put up some decent numbers with the Mavericks. We've seen him put up some decent numbers with the Rockets. So they need you, man. Cam Reddish, I see you, Cam. You had a couple games here and there, but you're another one, man. You're another one who's going to have to step up and give a nice, provide a nice little scoring punch when you can. We all know Reeves is, doing his thing. He got off to a slow start a little bit, but it looks like Reeves is starting to pick it up. I have no worries about Reeves. I know he's going to do his thing. Reeves is a dog. So I know he's going to show up and do his thing. But, yeah, I'm looking at guys like Christian Wood, Cam Reddish to really step up when they get Gabe Vincent back. You know, hopefully Gabe Vincent can provide some scoring. I know they were not expecting him to be injured, you know, like he's been so far. So that's definitely been hurting the team. But like I said, it all falls on AD. This team goes as AD goes, because we all know Bron's going to do his thing. There's no question. But if they want to win another championship, AD has to step up, man.
Boom!
And honestly, my opinion, I think it's just mentality. It's just mentality, because the dude has all the talent in the world, has all the skills, can go toe for Joker, can go toe for toe with Giannis and Embiid as far as production. Yeah, I know he doesn't get the assist that Jokic gets and things like that, but as far as scoring, affecting and dominating the game, controlling the rebound, you know, just being an unstoppable force on the offense, AD is definitely that when healthy and when he shows up and decides to. So I think majority of it is just mentality, because he can obviously do it, and we've seen him do it. So that's what I got to say about the Lakers. Now, y'all know I be placing these little bets, my little wagers, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to get into some NBA plays. But first, we got to review how I did last week. I can't come with y'all with some new plays and not tell you how I did the last week, you know, which I've been doing so far, but we got to keep doing that, man, so y'all can see this is what we do over here, you know? So last week, I was 3-1 in the NBA. Not bad. You know, I only gave you 4 plays, but I was 3-1. The Celtics covered the 9.5-point spread against the Knicks, beating them 114-98. I did say I expected them to have a better performance, because the last time they played each other, it was really close. They had barely won. So I did expect the Celtics defense to be a lot better, to show up and, you know, eventually pull away in that game. And that's exactly what they did. I hit the over in the Wizards Raptors, and then the over in the Cavs Kings. I did say the Cavs Kings, I expected that to be a shootout, which it was. High scoring game. Both teams' defenses are, you know, kind of struggling right now. I expect the Cavs defense to tighten up a little bit. The Kings defense, I feel like that might be a question all season. But yeah, the Wizards and the Raptors, I love the over in that game. Raptors defense has been up and down. They're still a solid defensive unit, don't get me wrong, but they've been up and down so far, so they got to buckle down and, you know, just hang their hat on their defense like they have been the last couple years. But the Wizards, yeah, defense basically non-existent, you know, so that's why I had the over in that game. But the Bucks and the Bulls, I did not expect that one. I had the over in that one, but the game ended up going under. I expected a high-scoring game because the Bucks defense has been struggling, which, I mean, naturally it's going to, losing your best defender, Jrue Holiday.
Defeated.
And it's funny because I saw a post where somebody said, who would have thought the Bucks defense would be struggling coming into the season? And it's like, what? How did you not see that? They lost their best defender. You know, now you're expecting guys like Marjon Beauchamp, Ty Washington, guys like that to step up, and those are big shoes to fill, you know? So I expected the Bucks defense to struggle a little bit. So that's why I had the over, because I just thought the Wizards would be able to put up points. I knew the Bucks offense is going to put up points. I mean, you got Dame and Giannis, so you don't have to worry about the offense. You know, that's going to be there. So that's why I had that pick. But yeah, those were my bets from last week. I definitely got some plays for this week. You know, I got some more NBA plays for this week. So, yeah, stay tuned, man. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Got to pay some bills, got to handle some business. You know how it is around here. You know what I'm saying? But don't go nowhere. And I know you not, but don't go nowhere, because I got some hot ones for you. And I mean some hot ones.
With LA Sparks, and you are watching Infanity.
I know that was short.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infanity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
Yo, welcome back. Appreciate y'all sticking with us. But I knew you wasn't gonna go nowhere because you just heard I went 3-1. So I know y'all like, oh wait, hold up, 3-1. He had a good week 2 weeks ago on NBA. Okay, let me see what he got this week. So let's get right into it, man. We got some NBA action tonight, and I only got 3 plays for you. These are my 3 best plays, my 3 strongest plays, my lock. Boom! You know what I'm saying? So definitely. Before we get into these plays, make sure you go check out our friends at mybookie.ag. That's mybookie.ag. They'll match your first deposit up to $200. That's where I make my wager. So definitely run over there and make your account right now so you can get these plays in if you haven't been able to follow me the last couple weeks. So tonight we're kicking it off with the Miami Heat versus Chicago Bulls. Miami Heat favored by 1.5. Now they just played on November 18th. And it's crazy because the Bulls were trailing 22-1 midway through the first quarter. Ended up coming back and winning that game. I know it's first quarter, so there's a lot of ball left to play in that game. But you see that, and you would just expect, oh, this is going to be a blowout from the jump. Like, this game's over already. But no, the Bulls fought back, came all the way back and won. And surprisingly, I'm surprised that guys are still staying locked in. There's a lot of trade rumors going on with Levine, and are the Bulls going to blow it up? So I was surprised they were able to stay locked in and actually fight back and win that game. But I don't think they win tonight because I'm rolling with the Miami Heat minus 1.5. The Heat are 5-7-1 this year against the spread. The Bulls are 5-8-1 against the spread. The Heat have actually been favored by 1.5 points 9 times or more, and they're 3-5 in those games. So it's not, you hear that and you're like, oh, I'm not too optimistic about tonight's game. But like I said, you take into consideration the big lead they had and they let it slip and get away from them. So I expect them to come with a tighter performance. For the whole game. I expect their defense to be a lot better. If they do get a big lead, I expect them to be able to maintain that. Jimmy Butler's going to do his thing. Bam's been going crazy this year, so shout out to Bam Adebayo. He's been balling. Like, he's been super consistent, so that's huge. And I think with the losses of Gabe Vincent and Max Strus, obviously it's more shots, more touches for everybody, and Bam's definitely taking advantage of that. So shout out to Bam, man, and the Miami Heat. But yeah, rocking with the Miami Heat minus 1.5. Go ahead and lock that in. The next one, we got the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Washington Wizards. Coming in at, the Bucks are favored by 9.5. The total is 245. Now, I will admit, I was going back and forth on this one because I know the Bucks defense has been struggling, like I mentioned earlier. So I was thinking, man, the over, I could see Washington putting up some points, but their offense has been so up and down, and they've been struggling lately. They've only scored 107 or more points in 3 of the last 5 games. And Jordan Poole's playing like trash. We just got to call it what it is. He's playing like garbage. They're already talking about trading him because they don't see him as a cornerstone piece. So I'm definitely rocking with the Milwaukee Bucks minus 9.5. I don't think, the Washington Wizards don't have enough firepower to keep up. And I do think, with Giannis and Dame, it's going to be too much. It's going to be way too much, and I see them blowing him out. I don't think it's going to be close at all. Kuzma can only do so much, man. Kuzma's been balling his ass off, doing all he can for that team. He's obviously showing Washington, like, I'm your guy. He's showing everybody this is my team. Porzingis is gone. Bradley Beal is gone. I'm that dude. Poole obviously ain't showing up, but that's all they got. Denny Avdia, he's been playing good ball. You know, I got to give him a shout out. He's been doing his thing, but they just don't have enough, man. And with them not being able to put up points and struggling offensively the way they have been, I definitely got the Milwaukee Bucks minus 9.5, and I think that's an easy play. So definitely lock that in. That's my second play. Now we got the defending champs going against the Detroit Pistons. Boom. Nuggets have lost 2 in a row. I don't see them losing a third, so I got the Nuggets minus 9 tonight. They're 9-point favorites. I think it'd be a blowout. I don't think it'd be close. Detroit just got waxed by the Raptors. So they could come with a stronger performance. You know what I'm saying? They could compete more. Everybody's going to give the Nuggets their best shot. You know how it is when you're the champs, the defending champs. You're going to get your best shot from anybody. Even the sorriest teams in the league are going to play harder and play the best they can just because, hey, yo, this is our opportunity. We got the defending champs, and Denver's in Detroit. So Detroit's like, yo, we got the defending champs in our home stadium, you know, our home arena. Like, yo, this is our chance, you know. But, nah, it ain't going to happen. I don't think it's going to be close. There's no way the Nuggets lose 3 in a row. The chances of that are that's not going to happen, especially with them playing Detroit. So I expect the Nuggets to get back to their dominant ways. And I expect to go 3-0. We went 3-1 last week. We're going to go 3-0 this week. We're going to sweep. So definitely lock these in. I know Grandma been hitting the casino. You know, I know them slot machines are unfriendly. So if they've been taking her money and she's trying to get her funds back up, tell Grandma, hey, Grandma, DeMarge, you know what I'm saying, at Infanity, you got some good plays. Let's go ahead and lock these in. Give me $50. Give me $100. We'll go in together. You know what I'm saying? Get that money back up, baby. That's what we do over here. So those are my plays for this week. Just to review again, Miami Heat -1.5 against the Chicago Bulls. Milwaukee Bucks -9.5 against the Wizards. The Nuggets -9 against the Pistons. And feel free to jump in the comments, man. Let me know if you agree with these picks. Let me know if you got some picks. What plays you like? What are some of your favorite picks and plays? You know, let's get the discussion started. It's a community, baby. Let's get it. So, yeah, those are my plays for the week. Like I said, 3-0, baby. We sweeping. No doubt about it. So, once again, hang tight. Got to take another little break. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not done. Because it's not just NBA bets we got. We got NFL bets. There's no way I'm not going to hit you with the NFL bets, baby. Come on. So I definitely got some of those for you next. So stay tuned. And I got some more hot ones for you. So let's go.
Hey everyone, I'm Neko Gumike with the LA Sparks, and you are watching Infanity Television.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infanity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
All right. We back. You know what I'm saying? How to make sure we keep the lights on in here. You know what I'm saying? So we got to handle a little business. So I told you I was 3-1 in the NBA last week. And not every week is going to be a great week. You know, there's going to be some times where we take a hit, but, you know, we're on a little roll right now. So we got to try and keep it going. So I definitely got some NFL plays for you right now. But before we get into that, I got to review last week's NFL plays. And your boy went 4-2. So come on, let's go, man. The Texans covered the 4-point spread, winning by 6 points against the Arizona Cardinals. I already talked about C.J. Stroud and how he's balling. Easily Rookie of the Year. No doubt, Rookie of the Year. DeMeco Ryans, head coach or coach of the year. I'm sorry. And when's the last time you had coach of the year and rookie of the year in the same season? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I don't think it's happened soon or maybe at all. So I would have to look that up, to be honest with you. But yo, the Texans are balling right now. So shout out to them. They got a lot of great talent on that team. DeMeco Ryans is doing a great job coaching that team. So shout out to you, Mr. Ryans. The Steelers Browns. I had the under in the Steelers Browns. That definitely went under. I felt like that was an easy play. Browns, one of the top defenses in the league. The Steelers, we already know that's what the Steelers are known for. Every year they got a tough defense. That's what they hang their hat on. So I thought that was an easy pick. The Jags, I said the Jags would bounce back after they had got smacked by I believe it was the 49ers. So they definitely showed up. They won. They covered the 6.5 point spread. So we got the Jags game. The Bucks and the Niners, I said under. It was 41.5. It finished at 40, y'all. So we was right there, but we got it. It's still cash. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. But the two losses that I did have were the Cowboys versus the Panthers. That total was at 42.5. It finished at 40, or they went over. It finished at 43. So I thought it would be under. I thought, the Panthers defense is pretty tough. That's the strength of that team. Obviously, they're struggling on offense. So I thought they would give the Cowboys a fight. I thought it would be, hard for the Cowboys to get some points and all of that. So, yeah, we lost that one. And then the Bengals +4. They lost to the Ravens. We saw how that turned out. Joe Burrow went down with the season-ending injury. There are some reports saying that he might be able to be back, though. It's a torn ligament in his throwing wrist, but they're saying he might be able to come back towards the end of the season. I wouldn't risk it, though. I wouldn't. I would just shut him down. No point in trying and making it worse. You know what I'm saying? That's your franchise quarterback. Super young, man. Has a lot of years ahead of him. A lot of good ball. You guys got a lot of good young talent. There's no point in risking it. So, but that was the loss we had. The Bengals +4. They lost 34-20 against the Ravens. So, I mean, hey, it's going to happen, man. We're going to take losses. We're not going to be perfect every week. But as long as we're positive and we stay in the green, that's all that matters. So as long as you bet the same unit size, each bet, majority of the time, we're going to profit and make out nice. So on that note, getting into this week's picks, we got to start off with Monday Night Football. How can this be a Monday show and I don't hit you with the Monday night game? Like, that wouldn't even make sense, right? Like, y'all want some action for tonight. Can't have y'all waiting all the way till next week or Thursday, So we got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are 2.5 point favorites. Mahomes is 15-2, y'all, in primetime games, 7-1 on Monday night. So, hey.
Winner!
That's, I know y'all probably thinking, so that means Chiefs are the play, right? Hey, not so fast. You know what I'm saying? I got some other little Eagles, number one run defense in the league. Chiefs are only averaging 4.7 yards per carry. Eagles are giving up 66.3 rushing yards. Kansas City, they ranked 19th in rushing, averaging 103.8 rushing yards per game. And normally I do hit you with teams, right? But this week I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to do something different. I'm going to hit you guys with a player prop. And on my bookie, you can do all that. They got player props. They got first half team totals. They got total team scores. They got so many different ways you could bet on the games, man. So, and the reason why I'm throwing out the player props is because I was going back and forth on this one. I'm not going to lie. I do think the Philadelphia Eagles pulled this win out. It's a Super Bowl rematch. Like I said, the run defense and all the things I just mentioned, it lines up for the Eagles to win this game. But I'm taking Patrick Mahomes on 38.5 passing attempts.
Winner!
I also like him to go over 24.5 rushing yards. The Philadelphia Eagles are known to get pressure on the quarterback. They have 30 sacks on the season. So I could see the pocket breaking down and collapsing and Mahomes having to get out of there and make a play with his legs. He's been doing it a lot more this year just because this receiving core is probably one of the worst he's had since, he's been on the Chiefs. Obviously, losing Tyreek Hill, hurts that a lot. But Mahomes is that special, so it hasn't looked as bad. But, yeah, because the Eagles get that pressure, I could see him taking off and having to make some plays with his legs. So, to be honest with you, either play. I feel if you take either one, I feel you're good. I think both of those are going to come through in cash. So, like I said, Mahomes over 38.5 passing yards. Because, like I just said, the Eagles have the number one run defense. So, the Chiefs aren't going to be able to they're not going to have much success on the ground. So, they're going to rely on Mahomes being Mahomes. And what makes him so special? His arm talent. So I expect them to drop back a lot, throw the ball, and say, yo, Mahomes, we need you to be Mahomes tonight. Go out there and create some magic like we know you can do, like you've shown us in your career. So that's why I have him over 38.5 passing attempts, because as much as I love Pacheco, I just don't see him being able to get much going tonight on the ground. So, yeah, 38.5 passing attempts over and 24.5 rushing yards over for Mahomes. Which either one you want to take, I'm going with the passing attempts, personally, the 38.5 passing attempts. But, yeah, either one you want to take, I think you're golden. It cashes. We're going to move on to Thursday because we already know Thanksgiving's coming up. There's always, football on Thanksgiving, man. There's nothing better than that. Come on now. So I got plays for all three of those games. So we got the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers, right? The Lions are 7.5 point favorites. And I love this Lions team, man. I can't praise Dan Campbell enough. He's the perfect coach for this team. I'm big on culture and, just coaches being able to relate to players. And it's not always about football. And with Dan Campbell, you could tell, he really loves his guys. He loves them as people. And that goes a long way with teams and getting the best and the most out of your players. And I think that's why the Detroit Lions are thriving this year. They got a coach who actually cares about them outside of the game. He's passionate just like they are. We saw that one interview where he broke down crying. I think it was 2 seasons ago or last season when they suffered a tough loss. So, players see stuff like that and they can't help but appreciate it, Look at Antonio Pierce with the Raiders. As soon as he took over, Devontae Adams came right out and said, I already want to run through a wall for that guy. So that just shows you something. It's the intangibles, man, the little things. So, but I got the Detroit Lions -7.5 in this game. Packers did have a great win against the Chargers. Is that really a great win? We know the Chargers defense, but nonetheless, good win for the Packers. But I got the Lions -7.5. The last 10 games, it's an even split, 5-5. Detroit's 8-2 against the spread. They're also 8-2 in their last home game, their last couple home games against the Lions, against the Packers. And Detroit has also won 4 straight in the series. So the Lions are 34-20, and all time, I think in the all-time series. So they've been dominating, man. They've been dominating this series. It hasn't been close at all. But I like the I'm going with the Lions -7.5. I think I don't think it's going to be close. I think the defense shows up. Amon-Ra St. Brown's been doing his thing. Jared Goff has been doing his thing. Sam Laporta, that's an underrated tight end right there. Sam Laporta, I like that dude, man. He catches everything. He's a good blocker. He's an all-around tight end. So you got Reynolds, Joshua Reynolds. He's been balling, doing his thing. So the running game is solid. A lot of good things to like about this Detroit Lions team. So I'm rocking with the Detroit Lions -7.5. That's my play for the first Thanksgiving game. And then we got the Washington Commanders and the Cowboys. Obviously, Cowboys are always on TV on Thanksgiving. But Cowboys are 11-point favorites. 7-3 against the spread. Cowboys, they've been favored by 11 points 3 times and have covered the spread in 2 of them. So, it's not bad. Commanders are 5-5 against the spread. And they've only put up 19 points against the Giants. And that was a loss. So that doesn't bode well going into this game against the Cowboys. I know they lost Van Der Esch. That's a huge loss on defense. But they still got more than enough to be able to shut this Commanders offense down. Even though Sam Howell is balling, he's playing great football right now. So shout out to Sam Howell. But I don't think the Commanders have a chance in this one, man. The Cowboys are going to run away with this one. It's going to be a blowout. Cowboys -11. That's an easy play right there. You don't even got to think about that one. Just go ahead and lock it in. No second guessing. No going back and forth. None of that. But this next one, there was a little, second guessing. And that's only due to an injury. So the 49ers -7 against the Seahawks. Now, depending on the health of Geno, he suffered an elbow injury the last game. He ended up coming back, but he did suffer an elbow injury the last game. If he's healthy and he can play, I can see the Seahawks covering that 7-point spread. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I can see them covering that 7-point spread. They got Metcalf. They got Lockett. They got, they're a good team, man. They're a solid team. 49ers have been favored by 7 points or more 6 times this season and only covered twice. So definitely it's not a reason to be optimistic about them covering the spread. But as I mentioned, if Geno's unhealthy and Drew Lock has to come in and play, I'm not confident in that at all because Drew Lock is obviously not the answer. So, 49ers are 0-3 against the spread on the road when playing as 7-point favorites. So that's another thing where it's like, kind of had me thinking a little bit. And in 10 games played, the Seahawks recorded 5 wins against the spread. So, and the Seahawks are at home. That's a tough place to play. But, yeah, just because Geno's injured and I don't think he's going to be 100%, he's not going to be himself, I got to go with the 49ers -7. That offense is legit. Brock Purdy went off last week. C.J. McCaffrey, we already know what that dude's about. That defense is solid too. So those are my 3 plays for the Thanksgiving Day games. Just to go over it one more time, we got the Detroit Lions -7.5 versus the Green Bay Packers. We got that game is in Detroit, by the way. We got the Dallas Cowboys -11 versus the Commanders. That game is in Dallas or Arlington, but yeah, they're playing in Dallas. And then we got the 49ers -7 against the Seahawks in Seattle. But that's because I believe Geno's not going to be 100%, even if he does play. So those are my 3 picks. So definitely go ahead and lock those in. Go ahead and let Grandma know about those ones too, because you saw how I did last week in the NFL. So, yeah. One more commercial break. And then I got something good for y'all, man. Oh, I got something, because there's just something that irked my nerves the other day. And I got to let y'all know about it, because it happens way too often. So stick around, because you're not going to want to miss this at all. So hang tight.
Hey everyone, I
messed up on the
with
line.
LA Sparks, and you are watching Infanity Television.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infanity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
All right. As always, thank you for sticking with us, man. We really appreciate that. That's love. You know what I'm saying? But I got a gripe to pick, man, because I saw some news the other day, and it just really irked my nerves because we see this all the time. And
Yo, tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad.
I'm definitely going to. Best believe that. Man, it was reported that Frank Wright is on the hot seat for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
And I don't understand why. I don't agree with it at all. It's his first year with the team, y'all. First year with the team. I get it. They're 1-9. I get it. But it's his first year with the team. What do you expect? Not everybody can come in and change the culture and change a program right away. It takes time. These owners are so damn impatient wanting to win. You go through all these coaches just to have more crappy seasons because you can't build any stability. There's no consistency. Okay, yeah, okay, you gave Matt Rule 2 years. It didn't get it done. Okay, I get that. I think you got to give a coach at least 4 years, man. Especially when you know your program's been trashed, been down in the dumps. You got to give a coach at least 4 years to bring in guys that he wants, who can fit his system, his culture, you know, for him to implement his system and his culture, give guys time to buy in. You know what I'm saying? I get they got a rookie quarterback also. We can't forget that, man. You got a first-year head coach with a rookie quarterback. What do you expect? You expect a playoff berth right off the bat? Come on now. Dave Tepper, come on, really? Like, oh, man, it just, come on. And then, look, I get they traded a lot of assets. They traded DJ Moore. You think Frank Wright really had a say-so in getting rid of the number one receiver? And Mike Fritter, what have you done, the general manager? Not a damn thing. You should be on the hot seat, if anything. Come on, man. But on that note, that's all I got, man. That's the show. Much love to all of y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll see y'all next week. I'm out.